I'm back with another video, and today we are going to be playing some Total War Warhammer 3. We're going to be starting a brand new series and we're going to be playing as one of the Ogres. So let's just jump straight on in. So we are going to be playing as Skrag the Slaughterer. Playing as an Ogre, we only have one thing on our mind: meat. And at the moment, we have a craving for some man flesh. As you can see, we are at war with the Border Princes. Once an army is in camp formation, you can build buildings that will unlock new troops, etc. And when an army's in the movement stage, you can, well, move. We also have an Ogre Hunter. We can either tell the Ogre Hunter to join an army and fight with them, or we can use his abilities to our benefit and assault a garrison, assassinate enemy heroes, or assault their units. I think we'll attempt to assault the units. It's 50-50 right now. And we failed. Well then. No meat for you, my friend. We need to choose a technology to start with. I think we'll go for the dinner gong. It'll boost our growth. The camp huddle will allow us to have another camp, but I'm not too fussed on that at the moment since we have a limited amount of armies. So we shall go for the dinner gong. We do have a horde tab here as well, and this will upgrade our troops if we go down these tech trees. But enough of all that. It is time to go to war. The ogres are hungry. And it is time to begin our first battle. We could auto-resolve the battle since it's going to be a decisive victory, but I think we should enter the battlefield. We shall take the fight to the humans. It is time to begin the attack. The enemy have missile superiority, so we're going to move to the edge of their range. We'll get ourselves into position before we launch the actual attack.
Off we go. Following its voice.
It looks like they're going to hold their ground against the ogres. I don't know how well that's going to go. In the front, we have our nobblers. These are just expendable goblins, basically, that we're just going to send to their death. But these are the main units. These are our damage dealers. They are going to rip the enemy front lines to shreds. Alright, men. Are you ready? I can smell their fear from here. The goblins are going to go in first and take the enemy's attention, while the damage dealers come in from the sides and eliminate the foe. Our missile infantry will get into position, and our leader will charge theirs and fight in one-on-one combat. And the enemy front lines have been breached. We'll flank round the back on the one side, support the nobblers. We're close to getting our army ability. And now we shall activate Dismember. We'll use it on an army that has a lot of troops because that's what it's good for. But most of the enemy are in retreat at the moment, which is great for us. We'll use our leadership buff to try and force the others to surrender. But otherwise, this battle is pretty much over. We have defeated the enemy. It's only a matter of time before they're in full retreat. Kill them. Kill them all, men. The enemy leader is trying to flee, but we won't allow them to.
Stop land trappers! Whatever you say!
Skrag the Slaughterer.
We're in full pursuit at the moment.
And its butcher.
Hold on a minute. One of the enemies have regained their morale. They're going to attempt to retake the battlefield. Not on my watch, my friend. Not on my watch. Everyone, kill the leader. We will not allow him to leave the battlefield alive. And it was a decisive victory for the Ogre Kingdom. We only lost 29 soldiers in that battle. Our range didn't really accomplish much. I don't know if that's because they're bad, or maybe I'm bad. Maybe I didn't utilize them properly. So we could eat our captives right now to recover some health, but I don't think we need to. We're pretty full at the moment. So instead, we shall process the meat. We shall feed the tribe. Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys. It looks as though I was mistaken. We're not just camps that are scattered around. We do have a city as well. I didn't realize. It comes with a unique building, the pastures building, so we should probably build that out of the way. It'll increase our growth and it'll produce meat for all of our armies in the local area. We shall now get into position, ready to assault the settlement.
Go.
We may be able to do it right now this turn, but actually, I'm not too sure. Should we wait until we recover a little bit? Especially on the leader, we probably don't want to go into battle with a weakened leader. So we will end our turn for now, and on our next turn, the settlement shall be ours. It is time to make our next move. We'll send the Ogre Hunter in to assault the garrison. And we have a failure. I'm noticing a pattern here, my friend. Again, there shall be no meat for you. So this time around, the enemy do not have a leader. They don't have as many ranged troops as last time, but they do have spears. Spears are good for dealing against monsters. This could be interesting, for after all, we are the Ogre Kingdom. We shall crush them either way. So we'll have to be a little careful in this battle. As they have the spearmen, most of our men are actually weak against them. Our infantry is pretty much useless against everything. I mean, what do you expect from some little nobblers? But even our Ogre Bulls are not that good against the spears. The other variation of Ogre Bulls is specifically anti-infantry, so they are good against the spears. And our Gorgers, well, they'll just eat anything by the looks of it. I mean, look at that face. Isn't that a face that says, I will eat you? The Saber Tusks will have an issue against the spears, but if we time it right, we may be able to send them to charge the crossbows. But it is time to begin the battle anyway. The range on our missile infantry is nowhere near as good as the crossbows. But if I send them around to the left, actually, what might happen is as soon as our missile infantry is in range, the enemy may break formation. And if they break formation, we can take advantage. Hold on a minute. Our leader has an ability to summon a unit of Gorgers. They will degrade over time, but it might be enough to break the enemy lines. Interesting. We may need to use that to our advantage. The Saber Tusks, I want them over on this side of the battlefield if they're going to be the ones to take on the crossbows. Alright lads, skirmish mode on because I want you to run for your lives when this goes wrong. But if they will target the spears on the left, and then the enemy are going to move formation, and now it is time to make our move. We're going to hit them from the right. The saber tusks are going to go straight down and target the crossbows. The nobblers are going in. The big guys on the left, the ogre bulls and the other gorgers are making their move. We may have to pull the saber tusks back. The enemy are holding position. We're going to run straight down the middle. They've left a gap wide open for us, so we shall take advantage. We'll summon the other gorgers on the spears. It's all going to plan, lads. The enemy won't know what hit them. We're going to cripple their leadership. Hopefully they'll break their morale. We're going to upgrade our units' attack stats. Make them stronger in battle. The right side has already fallen. How about the left? The left side is actually on the verge of falling as well. The saber tusks need to flank around the side. We're having some issues with these swords over here.
Skrag the Slaughterer.
So we'll flank them from behind and cripple the last of their morale. There it goes. They're wavering. They shall soon be surrendering. And you know what that means? Meat is once again back on the menu, boys. We're eating well tonight. So we now have to make a decision on what we want to do with the settlement. We could occupy it. We could loot and occupy, which probably won't go down too well. We could sack it for meat and money, or we can raise it for more meat but less money. We gotta do it for the meat, haven't we? And the settlement has been burnt to the ground. So another mechanic of the Ogre Kingdoms, we have been issued bounties. If we take down any of these settlements, we'll get the rewards listed here, but we do have a limited amount of time to achieve that goal. That being said, I did just notice that the border princes have sent an army around the back along the mountains to target our settlement. Not on my watch, my friend. Not on my watch. We will send the Ogre Hunter in to assault the enemy troops. Will he get meat today, or shall he fail for a third time? Success? I can't believe it. We actually have to feed him today. We do need to occupy this settlement as part of our quest. But with the Border Prince army trying to flank around the back and the garrison inside the settlement, I'm not too sure if we want to risk it or not. Do we think this garrison here can take down this army? Or are we going to have to run back and support the settlement for now? Something we haven't been doing is recruiting additional units. We should probably get those in the army. We don't want the nobblers, they're expendable. Who cares about them, eh? But we do want some ogre bulls. Right now we just have a normal ogre bull and a dual weapon ogre bull. We can get iron fist ones, but I'm not too sure what the difference is. I think the iron fist ones come with additional armor by the looks of things. Ah, there we go. They're a shielded unit that will block 35% of small arms missile fire. So that may come in handy actually. If we get 2 iron fists, we can send them in first, so when the enemy range units start firing, they should hopefully be able to block a chunk of that attack, while the others focus on the flanks. We have finished researching the dinner gong, and now we're going to move on to the Mortuth fealty. Maybe we should do something in the Horde tree, I'm not too sure. We could get Ogre Breath, which will buff our Ogre Bulls. And if the bulk of our army is going to be Ogre Bulls, maybe that will be something to look into. I think what we'll also do for now is we'll tell this guy to pack up camp. And he's disappeared. Maybe that wasn't a wise decision. I thought he was going to instantly unpack the camp I didn't realize that he was going to disappear and we'll be able to redeploy in another location. Ah, maybe camps don't work how I think they work. I was thinking it was more like a horde army from Total War Warhammer, if any of you have ever played that. But it seems like they have their own kind of like camp mechanic. The Border Prince army has backed off for now. I don't know if they're going to attempt to retake that settlement or if they're just backing off to safety. We're going to keep the Ogre Hunter on him. If the Ogre Hunter can keep bullying the guy, that'll be great. And another success. That's what we like to see. The army is slowly being assaulted. In the meantime, I think we're going to make a move for the settlement. Maybe we shouldn't have razed it to the ground. Maybe we should have just occupied it, because now we're going to have to pay to colonize it. This settlement also comes with a unique building. Salt. Ah. How ironic, eh? Because I imagine the Border Princes are a bit salty after we took their town and ate their people. We have just been given a new mission to make an ogre camp. How about that? I'm starting to think we really shouldn't have got rid of the ogre camp that was over here. Seems like it might have been a bad idea. But the Border Prince has now backed off to safety and is recruiting additional men. I fear he may make a move for one of the settlements, and as we only have a single army at the moment, we can't exactly be in two places at once. If we keep assaulting him, maybe we can prevent him from mustering up enough soldiers. Another success, which is great. Meanwhile, with our leader, we can actually set sail to this mysterious island. I have no idea what's at the island. We can choose an ability, eh? We can choose aggression, which will make our army perform better in battle. Or we can choose farsight, which will make your army perform better in the campaign. So I imagine this one will increase our movement speed, whereas this one will maybe buff our, like, some kind of stat. I guess we'll go for the campaign movement. Favorable wins for 10 turns. An additional 25% movement range. I don't know if we'll put that to good use or not. But while we're camped here at the settlement, we are going to recruit additional Ogre Bulls. We recruited the 2 Iron Fists last time, and I think this time we'll go for some more dual weapons. We have finished another technology. I think this time round we'll probably go for the Ogre Breath and buff the units. We could go for Trade Relation, which will boost our trades, but at the moment I don't believe we have any. It will also increase diplomatic relations with all factions, which may lead to additional trades. So maybe it is something worth getting at some point. The other one is Tribal Gathering, which will boost our relations with other Ogre Kingdoms. The only downside to that is at the moment I don't think I'm near any Ogre Kingdoms. I don't think we've even like met another Ogre Kingdom. Nope. Oh, actually, that's us, right? No, that's not. Who are you? Who is the Feastmaster? He is another Ogre Kingdom, but he has no settlements and we can't trade with him. We could attempt to make friends with the dwarfs. I don't know how well that would go. I mean, maybe we could get some trade agreements with them, possibly. We do have the orcs. The orcs are quite favourable to us. They're happy that we're beating up the Border Princes, which I imagine the dwarfs aren't too happy about. Maybe we form an alliance with the orcs. Should that be our strategies? Ogres and greenskins fighting side by side? Maybe if we click the quick deal button, we can see what we have on offer. So the closest one likely to give us a trade agreement is actually a Skaven. Huh. What are the Skaven trading? I can't imagine they have much use. But who knows? Who knows? Maybe the Skaven are basically the black market dealers of the Warhammer universe. But that being said though, it does look like no one is willing to trade with us at the moment. But we could get a couple of non-aggression pacts with people. I don't think we'll do it just yet because I don't know what direction we're going to go in after we defeat the Border Princes. So we'll have to just wait and see. The Border Princes have now backed off to a settlement. We're going to keep assaulting him just because I can.
Thrill of the hunt.
The issue we have at the moment is that we need to keep this army back here. Because I need to make a move for this settlement on the right. We've cut it off from the rest of the Border Princes region. So if we can target them, and it's our mission to target them, we can then focus on pushing west and defeating the remainder of the Border Princes. Although it does look like we have to go quite far southwest. They have at least another 4 cities down this way. How many cities do they have in total? Let's take a look. Okay, so they only have 5. So it's the 4 on our left and the 1 that we have isolated in the corner. Do you think we have the forces at the moment to make a move on this settlement? It is the capital of this region, which means the garrison is bigger than usual. Or shall we continue recruiting additional Ogre Bulls until we have a 20 out of 20 army? And then we'll just storm the settlement with everything we have and eliminate the enemy. Maybe that's what we should do. Maybe we should get some additional Iron Fists so we have more shield units, and then we'll get some additional dual weapons and we'll make a move for the settlement. The Border Prince army on the left has backed off quite far, so it does give us a bit of space, and we keep assaulting them, so if they're weak they may not charge. But they are growing in size. They are recruiting more soldiers, which could prove to be an issue. I'm not too sure what's happened to our other leader. Do we have to re-recruit him, or is he ready to be recruited? I have no idea. It said he would return in a few turns, but I don't know how long ago that was. It looks like they're still packing up camp at the moment. Maybe I'm starting to think, like, I'm starting to really regret the decision of not, like, leaving the camp where it was. Camps must work way differently in this than I was thinking. Like, I just had Attila on my mind, where, like, you basically just pack up camp whenever you feel like it, move on to the next area, and drop the tents down again. But not on this one. But I think that's all we'll have time for today. You'll have to let me know what you think of this brand new series. I haven't done a Total War series on the channel before, and Total War has been a series that, like, the franchise as a whole, I really enjoy playing. I haven't got around to playing much Warhammer 3, and I really wanted to get into it, so I thought I'd make it a series while I'm also learning how to play this one. The history titles are usually more of my thing, like Rome 2 and Attila, things like that. Or if you have any feedback, if you have any tips or tricks that may help, let me know. Also, let me know what you think of fighting the battles. Should we auto-resolve a couple, or would you always like to see me fight them? As I said, any feedback is appreciated, and I can adjust the series based on what you guys would like to see. But that's going to be it for now, so until next time, see ya.